How the heck are you, everybody? I'm Fastidious. Welcome back to another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. My god, third Vortex video this week, but I promise this is worth it. We have reached our final form, and I'm gonna immediately give a shout out to you guys, the viewers, particularly Diablo, who shared this sentiment with me. It's a lot of stuff, just basically giving me instructions saying, good job, you can do better. We'll go through that shortly, but I just went through this list. I just followed his instructions. Sorry, my desk was rising. I've got a standing desk now. Look at that, I'm standing up. I was following his instructions and it just worked. I mean, look at this number. Let me get this screenshot out of the way. 34.7 million. Just a couple days ago, my best score ever was 11 million. A couple days before that, it was like 8.5, 9 million. Then Odd One gave us advice. We hit 23 million, and now we hit 34.7. We needed to get 25. We got 34.7. If you think that's good, the run before this, we put up 39.096 million damage. We are hitting that absolute top threshold. I'm not saving this run though. We're gonna go and break it all down for all of you guys. Maybe we can get 40 million. That's why I was running it again. There's obviously gonna be some RNG. I don't have perfect crit caps, you know, but let's get into it. And guys, you can tell I'm really enjoying Dragonheir Silent Gods nowadays. So if you want to get in here and enjoy it with me, be sure to use the link in the description or the top pinned comment to download the game. It is available on PC, mobile, Steam, and Epic Games. All of that good stuff. Get in there, play it with me. Let's pull up Diablo's instructions and let me show you how I improved my score so ridiculously. I mean, we are talking about almost a quintuple damage boost the past week, thanks to all of you guys, thanks to Odd One, thanks to Diablo, thanks to the good vibes. I'm having so much fun. Let's get into it.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
I gotta start off by saying, guys, you know, in some games where I'm able to dive incredibly deep, like Watcher of Realms, you know, I've been there since the beginning. I really do think I know my stuff, at least with a lot of things. Some people may think I'm kind of an expert in little bits. That's not the case in this game, and I don't have an ego. So I absolutely love when you guys help me out, when it becomes like a collaborative community thing. I know I'm not the best at this game. I'm not even close. So when someone like Diablo comes and joins the fray and gives me advice like this, you know, I say, we'll try this, thanks. I did, and here we go. We're making the video. We're putting up gigantic numbers. Let's just go down the list. First thing, Vixh is not scrolled. Correctamundo, my friend, he was not scrolled. He actually had no skill ups. I had only pulled him the day before. I had just maxed out Isolde like 2 days earlier before that on the instruction of Odd One Gaming. Amazing advice. I'm loving Isolde. I'm using her more than Horus, who is my guy for, you know, my first 60 days playing this game. But Isolde is really, really good. I really enjoy her, so use Isolde. But Vixh needed skill ups. I had picked up 1 skill up along the way, but then I needed 7 more, because as you're going to see in a second, you need 8 scrolls to max skill him. So what did I do? Well, you know, I have my giant Vir Marrow stockpile, a little bit lower than like the 17 or 18,000 I had a couple days ago before the pulls for Vixh, and the scrolls I just bought now. But if you go to the store, if you're in a situation like this, go to Daily Supply, and I think it's every month. It says it's 19 days, 2 hours left. You can buy 10 Master Scrolls, 10 Apprentice Scrolls, 10 Scholar Scrolls, aka Legendary Scrolls, Rare Scrolls, Epic Scrolls. I do not know why I just said it in that order, but you know, Legendary, Epic, Rare. There you go. So I bought 7. I had 1. I needed 7 more to do the 8 skill ups, and that is what we did, and it makes a big difference. It really does, because then you can perfectly time out his cleanses. So if we head back in here, and big shout out to Dragonheir for having this. If you want to go upgrade a hero, I wish Watcher of Realms and other games had this. You enter upgrade Vixh, and it shows you specifically the team you are working on. So, you know, if I want to show you Vixh and then Telan and then Felicity, so on, I can just, they're right next to each other. Right? There's no scrolling through heroes I'm not talking about, not using right now. Obviously, when you're building the team, you can go through that whole list, but when you're just working on that team, or if I'm a content creator showing you the team, I really love this feature. So we'll start with Vixh. You can see, so with those scrolls, for his battle skill, pretty nice. That's where we get the attack penalty too. Most important is going to be landing that debuff. You can, and also the recharge time. We get a little extra damage. That's nice from level 1 and level 2. But most important is it goes, instead of the 75% chance, the additional 25. Now we have a 100% chance of landing that big attack penalty if we have enough accuracy, which as you can see, we do. And then the recharge time is a lot better. So now instead of, I don't know, I mean, we have a couple other things with skill haste going on here and stuff, right? But you can see it's 9.1 seconds. This is now minus 2 seconds. So it should be 7.1 seconds. That's very strong. And then most importantly is going to be over here, the ultimate. The complete recharge time is going to be 18.2 seconds. Again, that's with my skill haste, but without the minus 3 seconds, it would be over 20 seconds. I actually don't know if they're applying this subtraction before or after, but getting the extra initial energy, getting the extra, the lower required energy, and certainly the improved healing, now 15% additional healing for his base heal. Very, very, very nice. But the lower required energy allows us to perfectly time out those debuff dispels. So that was the first big thing. Let's pull up that list once again. He had a lot of suggestions. Next thing is that he explains it here. If it was, then he would be dispelling the debuff every round right after it's up. And you're going to see he actually suggests some timing that I do into the auto, because you can decide when you want to trigger those skills. I'll show you once the battle goes. It works perfectly. He does his skill that lands the big, the boss, the Vortex, Temporal Vortex guy, the Poseidon guy. He does his thing at 15 seconds that lands the defense down on us. And then at 16 seconds, every cycle, each cycle is 20 seconds, Vixh cleanses it right off. So we never have to deal with that. It's just awesome. I can actually go to that right now. You can see you can also set Vixh for like 16 seconds, which is exactly what we did, and it works perfectly with, he places the debuff, we cleanse that thing right off. Okay, so now let's talk about Telan. So Telan, if you saw my last video, I kind of was like, yeah, Telan, she does DPS great. Well, as you can see, what I missed, and I'll pull this text up once more, you can see he was pointing out you get a lot of crit from her passive. So she's actually not that hard to crit cap. I was thinking I don't have the best gear. I can't really crit cap many of my heroes. Well, I actually can make it happen with her because it's not so difficult even with my subpar gear because of the improved crit she has on base from her passive. He's saying it's 30% here. In case I'm mistaken, my table's moving again. My desk's moving again. I gotta get used to this, baby. I like standing, but I gotta get used to the desk how it actually moves. But unless I am missing something, absolutely, I think it's 20%. Let me show you the skills right now. Here's her passive. Hero gains an extra 20% crit rate. If I am missing something, let me know in the comments. You guys can see I'm very receptive to this stuff. But basically, I was like, all right, we can crit cap her now, and that's what we went ahead and did. So I'll show you the gear really quickly. I put these crit rate gloves. We went and we got this set on her, the Gambler set, Heart of the Gambler, the extra little true damage thing up to 200% of her attack, just a little bit of extra damage. Pretty nice. Actually, you know what? The set we were running before was actually this one, the Platinum Knight quality 3-piece effect. But when I went for the high crit build, we ended up going for the Gambler. And then the final big thing is something I took upon myself, and that was changing her artifact. So you can see now she's wearing Manticore Statue. This is nice. It's 20% damage bonus to her battle skill. So not the ultimate skill, the battle skill. It'd be better for her if it was ultimate, but she does have a strong battle skill. Before she was wearing the Volcanic Disc, which is a 15% damage boost to her ultimate skill, so maybe that's better. However, if we look at these stats that the artifact actually brings, this is plus 4,500 HP, pretty cool, plus 35% attack bonus, really cool. However, the Manticore Statue is plus 250 flat attack and then plus 45% attack bonus. That's way better. I think that huge attack boost is really, really nice. You can see we got her over 5k now, and she's crit capped because if we do the math, 64 plus 18, I got her to 82 plus that 20% from her passive. So another great suggestion from Diablo. She's now crit capped. I worked on the build a little bit, and when you look at that, she's our #1 DPS. She's better than Felicity and better than Erich. That's the main next key thing. Let's pull up the list and let's work around a little bit longer. The final thing that Diablo mentioned was the timings. So you can see here, last but not least, add a timer for Erich to cast first, then set Telan to cast 1 second after him every round with a 20-second timer. So again, we're getting some nice timing. For Erich, this was a great suggestion. There's a reason Diablo said last but not least. You might have noticed it already. Erich is my character wearing Witch's Remains. This is how we're getting our big defense down, our defense penalty 2. So important that he goes first before everyone else. All the other DPS do their ultimates. He lands with his ultimate, which is a quintuple hitter. He lands the Witch's Remains. We get the defense down up, and then we come in with Telan, and then we come in with Felicity. It works really nicely. So what I have going, I counted out all their recharge times and everything on the ultimate, on the initial cast, with the initial recharge we start with. And basically, I have Erich go at 8 seconds, Telan go at 9, and then we have Felicity go at 10. And then after that, it's on a 20-second rotation. It's all working beautifully like clockwork. You'll see here on Erich's ultimate, you can see initial recharge time is 11.5 seconds. Then with some skill haste and with skill ups and stuff, it's coming at 19.1. So by 19 and a half, that would have been 8 seconds. So he's already ready. He's completely good to go. So he goes at 8 seconds. Telan goes at 9. Felicity goes at 10. Everybody can benefit from the big defense down debuff, the defense break that he places thanks to the Witch's Remains artifact. Those are all the big changes. So now that I took you through it, a final thank you to Diablo, a final thank you to you guys and the people that have joined the tiny little Dragonheir community we're building. Obviously not on the level of like Watcher of Realms yet, but we're enjoying it. I'll be playing it, guys. So thank you all. Let's get into it. Let's see this thing in action. I'm going to take myself off the screen. We'll speed it up. We'll enjoy it. Actually, first, let me talk you through the start. Then I'll disappear. You can enjoy the run, and we'll touch base at the end. So let me show you these skill timing presets. Then we can enter battle and have some fun. So actually, one change we're going to make, and then I'll talk you through all of this. Something with the timing. Erich isn't ready for that first one at 8 seconds. He looked like he was working earlier. I just watched it now quickly in between filming, and that was not the case. So what we're going to do, we're going to put him at 12. And we'll just knock everyone else back in accordance, right? So then Telan will be at 13, everyone else meaning our DPS. And then Felicity will be 14. I think this should work perfectly. Without question, you'll see Isolde's at the same thing she was at before. Basically, she skips the first cycle, and then she's hitting that first second of every subsequent cycle. And then you'll see the Vixh works perfectly. At 15 seconds comes the defense down from the boss. At 16 seconds, he cleanses it right off. So let's save those new ones. Let's head into battle, and let me talk you through it before we enjoy what I hope is a really nice looking run. So let's get in here, and let's see. So first thing we need to pay attention is at 15 seconds, we're going to have this, the Whistle of the Gale, right? So this is where he places the defense penalty 1. You'll see he places it right at 15 seconds. Here come our string of ultimates. There's Telan, and a second later we got Felicity. Now he places the defense down. It goes kind of slow-mo here, but you'll see it's placed, and then immediately you saw Vixh pop and immediately dispels those defense down debuffs. All right, so let's pay attention. This is the 10-second mark, so hopefully it's going to go 12, 13, 14, right in the middle here. We're ready with all those ultimates. So let's see. Here's going to come Erich, ult. Now here should come Telan. See, we got the defense down placed there. There's Telan, and there's Felicity. So we're perfectly in step now. I'm hoping for a really good number now that everything is synced beautifully. You can see, guys, because in this game they give you a lot of control in your auto runs that you can time out the timings of your ultimates and skills like that. It can be really powerful when done effectively once you start understanding the stage, understanding the kind of challenge content you're up against, which I wasn't understanding. You know, I was kind of half-butting it. I was half-assing this stuff, and now I'm trying to apply myself. We're going to go get that top chest. I'll see you in a second. So there you go, guys. We just passed 30 million. I figured I'd check in. I don't know if we're going to, peter out at 34 again, or if it's going to be more like 39. During the battle, even when my camera's off, I clicked on the stats just so you could see how we're doing. So Telan doing some major damage. Something I was thinking about and wanted to talk about is with Felicity, you could maybe argue that you don't do any skill timings with her and you just have her do her ult as soon as it's ready, because she's going to get her ult up a bit quicker than everyone else, since from her passive, when she hits a crit, she gets a little ult generation. So it basically effectively lowers the recharge of the next one, or she gets a little time boost towards the next one, however you want to think of it. But I just don't think it's frequent enough to make up for perfectly timing it out with Erich and having her ult when he ults and lands the defense down. There you go. We're at almost 37 million. It's a pretty good run. It's going to get a little hairy now. You can see the damage is significant. The shields from Isolde are just great. Can we break 40? That was my big goal. It's going to look amazing on the thumbnail if we can snag that. Come on now. So about to hit 39. Look at some of this damage, right? Like before, I couldn't even get much higher than 8 million. and we have 8 million with our third best DPS. And there's 40. Isolde's down, so the whole run's about to fall apart. But we're coming in. The run's even getting a little choppy. I don't know what's going on here with the graphics, but they're 40.7, guys. 40.7. Absolutely massive. Let's take a final look at those statistics and wrap this thing up. Huge W. Oh, I'm just thrilled. We got to snag that beautiful little screenshot. I can't believe, if you told me even 3 days ago this was possible, I would have said that's not true. That's what I would have said. That's absolutely not true. But there you absolutely have it. Thank you to Diablo. Thank you to Oddwin. Thank you to everybody. If you guys have any questions for me at all, let me know in the comments. If you have any more advice for me, please tell me in the comments. I want to finish the season strong. Tell me what to do. Tell me what content you want to see, and tell me how to do well at it, because I'm enjoying doing well. You can see we're coming in with Erit at 8.7 mil. We're coming in with, look at that, 1.4 mil over here for Isolde. That's pretty cool. Then we got 13.7 for Felicity and 16.1 million for our epic goddess, Tonalyn. Guys, I've been Fastidious. If you like my stuff, please thumbs up the video, get in those comments, subscribe, share it with your mother, and of course, be sure to use the link in the top pinned comment in the description to download Dragonheir Silent Gods today. It's available on PC, mobile, Epic Games, and Steam, all that good stuff. Hope to see you there. I will be out with another Dragonheir Silent Gods video very soon, so look forward to that. Peace out, guys.
Fastidious.